The unnamed narrator in Rebecca begins the story in exile with her husband, Maxim de Winter, living a quiet, wandering life far removed from their past. Her reflective tone signals that something catastrophic happened at Manderley. The grand estate they once called Holmend frames the novel as a recollection of how innocence gives way to unsettling truth. The narrator first meets Maxim in Monte Carlo, where she works as a timid, inexperienced companion to the overbearing Mrs. Van Hopper. Maxim, older and emotionally guarded, appears drawn to her youth and simplicity. Their whirlwind romance culminates in a sudden proposal less passion than escapement. She eagerly accepts, believing she is stepping into a romantic future. Upon arriving at Manderley, the narrator is overwhelmed by the estate's grandeur and by the lingering presence of Maxim's first wife, Rebecca, whose memory seems to dominate every room, every servant, and every ritual. The narrator becomes painfully self-conscious, comparing herself constantly to Rebecca's rumored beauty, charisma, and competence. Mrs. Danvers, Rebecca's fanatically loyal housekeeper, becomes the narrator's chief antagonist, cold, intimidating, and manipulative. Danvers undermines her at every turn, preserving Rebecca's rooms like a shrine, and subtly suggesting that the new Mrs. de Winter is an unworthy replacement. Her psychological warfare culminates in a cruel trick involving a costume ball that humiliates the narrator and brings her marriage to a breaking point. The facade shatters when a storm reveals a sunken boat containing Rebecca's body, contradicting the earlier identification of a drowned woman as Rebecca. Maxim confesses the truth: he did not love Rebecca, but despised her for her manipulations, infidelity, and sadistic cruelty. After a confrontation in which she taunted him with a fabricated pregnancy, he shot her and staged a boating accident. The narrator's world shifts not into horror, but into fierce loyalty, as she feels relief that Rebecca was never a rival for Maxim's love. An inquest reopens the case, and suspicion rises. Rebecca's cousin, Jack Favell, attempts blackmail, claiming Maxim murdered her. However, medical evidence reveals Rebecca was dying of cancer and likely provoked her own death, preventing a conviction. Maxim narrowly escapes legal consequences, but the couple understands that Manderley's peace is irretrievably broken. Rushing home after the inquest, Maxim and the narrator see Manderley in flames, set ablaze strongly implied by Mrs. Danvers, who vanishes into the night. The estate symbol of Rebecca's haunting power is consumed. The novel ends with Maxim and the narrator living a subdued, anonymous life abroad, emotionally bonded but stripped of home. Legacy and illusion-free, yet permanently scarred by the shadow of Rebecca.
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos.